Okay, we're live. Good evening, everybody. This is Bradley with Semantic Mastery, and we've got almost our whole entire crew on with us again. We've got Adam, Hernan, and Marco. Chris is the only one missing because it's late where he is. So welcome, everybody, and we're going to welcome our special guest in just a moment.
Hey, how's it going? Hopefully Chris is sleeping by now.
Hopefully. We're working on our stuff, right?
Yeah.
Holly starts. Hi, Marco. We've got our special guest tonight, Holly Cooper, who is just a video ranking ninja. She does some really amazing things, and I want to introduce Holly. Hey, Holly, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm pretty good.
Good.
I'm excited.
Good. So we're not going to do a whole lot of formal stuff. I figured this is just going to be kind of conversational, and we just kind of get to know you a little bit better, Holly, and let our audience, a lot of these people that are attending tonight are already members of some form or fashion of Semantic Mastery. So this is like perfect for them. A lot of our students are in the video marketing and stuff, and with your SEO strategies that you can kind of share tonight, I think they're going to get a lot out of it. So with that, tell us a little bit about your background.
So I've been doing SEO for probably now 8 years, and hands down, the first 4 years I didn't make a penny. I tried like everything possible. Like AdSense, I was buying courses, I did the WSOs, I did everything possible. And I didn't actually start making money until I started a PBN network, and I found out that I was good at building PBNs, and eventually, I ended up getting 30 clients at 1,500 apiece for each month. It was awesome, totally awesome. I was doing, it was like 30,000 a month. I ended up quitting my job, and it was not even 30 days later that Google came in and de-indexed my entire network. We're not talking like little network 50 sites. We're talking 1,000 PBNs that were PR6s that I built up to be like page authority of like a 70. I mean, like, these were super powerful sites, right? We had insurance people on there, and we had some of the biggest SEO agencies on there. I was their linker and everything, and like literally I seen each site going down. Each site got de-indexed, and I tried to pull them offline by taking down my hosting. Think that they were just attacking that server, but it ended up that I lost them all.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a sad day for me because I just quit my job, and I have 4 kids, so I was like, well, what am I gonna do now? Because I just did the rebuild, so then I had to refund everybody $30,000. Plus, I was out. I mean, it was out thousands of dollars with the PBN network. So I went underground because I had so many people that hated me because I ruined their business, and I kind of had to teach myself how I could approach SEO companies, how I could approach my clients, even my own stuff, and not be hit by Google. In the sense of having the websites. And I didn't know how to build a regular website, and I still don't to this day. I don't build websites. I build YouTube videos. And the reason I went the YouTube video route, and it's the only reason I did this, is because Google does not attack, in generally, YouTube videos. They don't attack any kind of video platform. It's like their baby. It's the mobile phones. They're not targeting videos. They just aren't. So that kind of was the simplest way that I didn't have to revamp my whole business, and I just had to learn how to make a simple PowerPoint video.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it started. Is I just dug in and I taught myself how to do it. I bought some courses and learned a little bit about YouTube because I'm not a big YouTube user, and I'm still not to this day, but my kids are. So my kids taught me the in and out of them. And that's where I get a lot of the YouTube knowledge, is I have my kids do stuff for me.
That's awesome.
They, because they have the mind of a kid, and they want to try to hack stuff, I guess you could say. So they do stuff for me, and if it works, then I know I can get away with it. So that's kind of how I got into doing the YouTube videos.
Very cool. So how long have you been doing that now? Like how long have you been actually just working primarily with YouTube?
I'm going on my third year for just doing YouTube. I do have lead generation websites that we've had with a partner of mine for 2.5 years. We have 5,000 pest control sites. They're all ranking. I don't link them anymore because I'm kind of scared of Google in the sense of linking.
Yeah.
But my YouTube videos, like I can slam thousands of links on a daily basis, and it doesn't get banned. I don't get a penalty on it. We do the bad neighborhoods. We basically negative SEO our own videos because YouTube is a spam friendly platform, so I might as well take advantage of it. And there's so many tools out there. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's interesting that you say that you spam them to death. So have you experienced any like sandboxing of videos or anything that's ever been hit from a like penguin type penalty?
No. The only thing that I have had happen is so last year when we first put my course out, I had 3,000 YouTube videos, and in the 3,000 YouTube channels, I only lost one YouTube account in 1 year, and that was because I personally went after another SEO person, and it got kind of nasty, and that's why I lost the account. But since then, I have 15,000 YouTube accounts that are all active, that all have videos on them, that are constantly getting linked by automated programs. We're talking like XRunner. That's not a program that Google likes, right?
Yeah.
We throw everything at it, and I don't get penalized at all.
I'm sorry, but I feel so small right now. I mean, you're talking 1-0 beyond anything I do. Sorry, I just had to chime in.
I feel emasculated now, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, what's interesting is that you say that you've got 15,000 YouTube channels. Goodness gracious, that'd be hard to keep track of. How the hell do you keep track of all that stuff? To be honest.
So it is pretty hard. But I've had to once a month now. I put it in Scrapebox, and I just run it for a live check. I just have one video in there that I just run it as a live check, and they're always live. I mean, at some point you have to like stop checking, because as long as because it's passive income, so I can tell if a network goes down in Alabama. I'll know because I won't have any calls for Alabama.
So are you doing client work or just lead gen or pay per call, or what type of monetization methods are you using?
So I do everything because I had all my eggs in one basket when I did the PBNs, and then I was out and I didn't have any way to make money. So I do it all with the YouTube videos, but I do like the lead generation. I do the PPC with the ads, and then I pick out PPC products that people are paying money for in Google, and then I just create a video around that. I have local clients. We have 1,000 local clients that have been with us for almost 3.5 years now. I'm turning clients away because I'm like, I just don't have any interest in picking up new people at this point. It's almost like I am stretched too far that I can pick up too many more people, So I do everything.
So out of those methods, my students know that I recommend doing lead gen stuff more, and like pay per call and pay per lead and that sort of thing, because you stay in control, whereas having clients is kind of like having a boss almost. And so I'm curious what your opinion is like, what's your preferred methods of all the ones that you're doing?
My preferred method is by far to work for myself and do my own lead generations. I run my own numbers through Twilio, however you say it, and then I redirect that number to the company that I'm sending leads to, because I need to be in control of everything too. And so that's by far the easiest income that I found right away was to go after the small local companies that can only afford $250 a month, which is a small amount, but if you have so many clients, you only have to do maybe 10 links for them, and you never have to do any more links for. We have people who've been with us for 2 years. I've never I never posted a link in the last 2 years, but he has a reoccurring monthly payment. Because if I removed them, they might drop, but chances are they're not going to, because it's a small local company. So I go after the mom and pop. I don't go after the big nationwide companies.
Right. Okay. And so you're talking about, when you say links, are you talking about like links from PBNs, or what type of linking do you do? I think you're going to get into that a little bit tonight, correct?
Yeah. So for my the client sites, obviously you have to do more safer. So I'll do the Web 2.0 linking. That's primarily what I do, and the PBNs. But if you're doing the YouTube videos, I own the channels, so I own the videos, and I'll slam them with automatic linking. You know, it's not if a client came to me and wanted me to do his own video, I probably would argue with him, and if he still wanted me to, I would set up a domain and 301 it to his video. And just send them at the domain so I could link the way I wanted to link. And it's the safest way anyways, because if you know, a lot of companies I have found, once you're number one for a few months, they're like, oh, I don't want to pay for it anymore. So then they cancel it. Well, they're still number one, even if the way that I link, they're still number one. So this kind of like, it's a fail-safe. So if they stop paying, I just turn off my redirect, and they'll have to pay within 24 hours because it's gone.
Right.
Right.
Keep control.
Yeah.
Keep control. That's what it's interesting, because you know, that's what we teach the same thing, where we'll actually, like for client sites, if a client hires me to build them a site, I'll build the site on my own domain, then I'll clone it, install it on their domain, and then 301 redirect on a page-by-page basis from the original, which is my domain, to theirs, and then I do all my link building to my own domain, and that way, in case they decide they want to stop paying me, I just remove that 301 redirect, and boom, I end up where they were. It's great.
Right.
And then I can remonetize it just like that, you know. So.
Right, and I didn't know to do this until I got burned a few times, and then I was like, okay, I got to figure out a way to protect myself.
Absolutely. Yep. It's smart for doing that, without a doubt. So with that said, I guess, do you have like any examples that you could show us, and kind of maybe explain a little bit more? Like, I don't know how deep you want to get into like your linking methods and things like that, but I know that most of the people that are on today are you know, we're probably anxious to hear what kind of linking methods you use and your strategy, really.
Yeah, I'll show you guys some examples. So I can just do the screen share, right?
Yeah, you should be able to grab it.
Okay. So do full screen. All right. Can you see my
yes, AC Repair Miami.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of the first public videos that I've done. I usually don't change my niche, or don't show my niches, because you get people who attack it. So this one that I did, what was it, December of 2013 is when I put this video up. You can see it ranks for AC Repair Miami, Florida, and it has the big image, which is kick-ass.
Yeah.
You know, we have the maps underneath it, and then these other companies that I'm sure they're paying a lot of money trying to bump me off, but I haven't. You know, I've done a lot of testing to see what happens if you stop linking. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It just depends upon how strong the channel is. And Levi's channel is very, very strong. So when there's a video that pops at number one, like, nobody can move it. I've tried to move my videos, and I can't even move them with other channels.
Let me stop you for a minute, because I'd like for you to reinforce what you said about the importance of a powerful channel.
Yeah, you can't come in and do this with a brand new channel. You have to build links to them. You have to build authority, basically. If you're not building authority, Google's just going to be like, well, I don't care who these people are. You know what I mean?
So when you talk about building authority to a channel, you know, part of that obviously is certainly the link building and pushing juice to the channel and all that. But is age part of that a factor there, like the age of the channel?
I believe it is. What I do is, when I buy my YouTube accounts, I already buy them PVA'd, which is means that they're phone verified twice, so they won't ever die on me. And then I let them sit. And some of my accounts have sit for 6 months before I touch them, so they're already aged. I give them to my kids. My kids all log in on different accounts on a daily basis, so they're actually used also. They're watching videos, they're liking. They actually use them.
Wow.
They're not like just dormant. I mean, I have accounts that are dormant, but eventually they're going to be used.
Right. Gotcha. I just want to, I kind of wanted to reinforce that because that's something that we also preach a lot is to make sure that your channels are built with proper authority, because you're going to get a hell of a lot better results out of them that way. So.
Right, and you're not going to get a big image with a brand new channel. It's just not going to happen, and you're probably not going to rank over the websites. Like this AC repair video, the page authority on the video is a 75 the last time I looked.
Wow.
And I mean, this guy and this Miami cooling guy has been trying to bump me off for almost 2 years, and I have not ran links at this video since last year in July. That's how powerful this video is.
That's great. Very cool.
And this video makes 5,000 a month because it ranks for all over the U.S. and it ranks in different countries. So we actually had to set up a call center because we get so many calls.
Wait a minute. That ranks all over the U.S. You mean how does it rank all over the U.S.? I'm curious now.
For AC repair Miami.
Okay.
Like if you go to your computer and type in emergency AC repair, which is a national keyword, it's right there. It's #1.
Whoa.
I'll be damned.
Whoa.
Right.
I'm opening up my clean Firefox browser right now.
Right. So it gets calls in Phoenix. It gets calls in Wisconsin, where I am. So we had to set up a call center.
Wow. So you're actually routing calls, dispatching calls or whatever because you're getting like calls from all over, not just from Miami.
Yeah. The Miami guy just takes Miami, but then he, will have a recording. And actually, on the recordings, we also get a lot of people asking to find out who did their SEO, because then I can call them and we get hired through that way too.
Huh. That's interesting because I just searched emergency AC repair in my Firefox browser, which was clean, and I'm seeing local results based on my IP, except for #3 position is your video. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm seeing it #1 over here.
That's insane. Yeah. Wow.
And, okay. And it's even for places like for Thailand and Canada and Spain. It's not just the U.S. And this was like the national keyword was entirely on accident. But how I managed it is that when I go after a area in a niche, like I'm pretty lethal. I don't pussyfoot around at all. I picked 800 keywords, and like I put it in XRunner and GSA and SCNuke and every automated program that I could find, and I just like blew it up. So Google looked at it as it was like gone viral. This is like a crazy popular video.
With that said, okay, so now you're hammering the hell out of your videos, right? With automated spam, right? Yeah. But do you also mix it? I mean, are you doing pure links? Or are you doing social mix with that too? And also, what about engagement? Like, are you getting views and search, kind of like like crowdsearch.me or whatever, where people are searching it and then clicking on it? Are you doing all of that too, or?
So I tried crowd search and it did not work for my videos. The videos would drop, and then when I turned it off, they would pop back up. It was when they first came out, and I haven't gone back to, like, I only tried it a couple weeks, and I'm like, I can't afford to lose these, so I just stopped it. I don't buy views and I don't buy likes because I disable them on my videos because I get too many people commenting.
Gotcha.
But it gets views because we get so many calls.
What about like more like traditional like social signals like shares and tweets and things like that?
I did, so on each video I do a certain amount of pins on pin interest, and I do a certain amount of tweets and retweets, which is what I talk about in the training. But that is the only socials that I do.
That's insane. So I mean, pretty much like the whole your whole entire strategy for ranking videos is just is links, right?
Yeah, it's all linking.
That's crazy.
From start to finish, beginning making a video to ending the campaign takes 7 minutes. I don't have patience for keyword research. I don't have none of that. I can't stand working more than 10 minutes on a campaign. So 7 minutes out and get a new one.
Wow.
And sorry, Holly, but what about Web 2.0s? Do you use those as well?
Yep. So doing the embeds, you can
Yeah,
use
I mean in general, links from Web 2.0s or.
Yeah, I do embeds. You have to do embeds.
Okay. Wow, that's insane because you know, through a lot of testing stuff that we do, you know, a lot of the ways that I rank videos is I do a lot of social signal stuff, the links too, but I do more probably social signal stuff and links and embeds. But like I don't really do pure spam to the videos. Like I'll do it on a tier. That kind of brings me to the next question for you, Holly. Is you're doing just spam direct tier 1 links, or are you doing tiered link building too?
No, I do 100% to the video.
Wow, it's crazy.
I don't like setting up tiers because then I have to set up another tier to index it.
Yeah.
And then I'm spending more money to get those indexed too. It's too much like the way I think is I make it as simple as possible for Google to follow the link up, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty cool.
And I probably would do more socials, but I'm not a big social person. I've never really messed around with it a lot, besides the Web 2.0s and the embeds.
Gotcha.
Right, and so embeds, you say embeds are an important part.
Yeah, you have to use embeds. If you don't use embeds, it's not going to react the same way. So
Right.
You make your video, you do your embeds, you wait 24 hours, and then you hit it hard.
Right, because it's funny because we've seen a lot of results with embeds ourselves. You know, we're using IFTTT and automated strategies with embeds, and we've seen like really good results with embeds. So it's funny that you say that. So we have a touching point there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
I've tested it, and I've not used embeds to see, like if it was just a fluke. But if you don't use embeds, it's not going to come in.
Right.
That's really cool. So my next question would be when you're doing the embeds, but then are you? I think you've already answered this, but just for clarification, you're still linking direct to the video. You're not linking to the embedded properties. Is that correct?
No, I'm linking to the embedded YouTube video.
Okay, so like for example, if you let's just use WordPress.com, Blogger, and Tumblr for example. So if you've got it pushed out or embedded on those 3 platforms, you're doing your spamming to those properties and not direct to YouTube. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm spamming directly to YouTube.
Right. Okay. That's what I was asking for clarification. So the embeds are not like your tier 1 links, and then you're building tier 2 links to that. You're just spamming. You're just using embeds plus straight spam to the YouTube video, and that's what's ranking them.
Yeah. On my Web 2.0s, I'm building them up to use basically be my PBN. So what's going to my WordPress, Tumblr, and Blogspot is a higher quality tier.
Okay. And are you using PBNs in your strategies as well? I'm assuming you are.
My PBNs is my Web 2.0s.
Okay. So you're not using self-hosted stuff.
I have self-hosted. I have a lot of self-hosted sites, but I'm just, I don't want to break what I know the process works.
Right.
And I know that it would work. I just use it on subdomains, but Web 2.0s are free, so why wouldn't I use them?
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Do you have any other examples that you want to show us, Holly?
Yeah, I'll show you a couple more.
Holly, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How long do you wait before you start hammering your videos, or do you just upload and start blasting?
So I upload. I set my campaign with my embeds, and I'll do 5,000 to 10,000 embeds, and then I'll hit it within 24 hours with a spam.
You said 5,000 to 10,000 embeds, right?
Yeah.
Again, I feel so small.
Well,
Yeah, I don't play around. Like if I want to rank something, it's gonna rank. I want ranking today or tomorrow.
yeah. No playing the waiting game, right? That sucks. I hear you.
I don't have patience for it. Like it's stupid for me to wait. I can't. No.
Very cool.
Yeah. So this is another one, just DUI Phoenix in Arizona. That gets quite a few calls. It's number 3. It's not bad. Okay. So I've also done this with Spanish. I don't just stick with English sites. So I did translate, and this means dog bite attorney in Ontario. And this is just a personal injury lawyer, basically. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That WordPress is mine, so that's 5.
Nice.
Scoopit's mine, so that's 6. So nice. I have it almost like the top 6, pretty much.
And are you using I know some of the tools that you're using, like GSA, I'm sure, and some of the other tools. SendWire, one of them. Are you using that for embeds?
Yeah, I use SendWire, FCS. I used to rank Wiz, but not really anymore because I got aggravated with the program. So.
Yeah, I think FCS is a good tool, anyway. So.
Yeah, you gotta pick your poison, I guess.
Okay.
I recently started doing asbestos attorney. So this is just Wilmington, and this is 60,000 for population, and the video's number 2. No,
wow.
Well, it's under the maps, but I didn't put any links to that.
That's a big ticket item, right, Holly?
Yep, that pays $4,000 a lead call.
$4,000 per lead call. Now, is that a converted lead or just a lead?
That is it's a 5. You have to stay on the phone for 5 minutes.
Qualified lead, yeah.
Yeah.
4,000 guys. All of you on the webinar right now. Did you hear that? Can we repeat those numbers again, please?
It's $4,000 a lead call, and I've converted 2 in the last 2 months.
4,000 guys. That's one video producing $4,000 per month for her right now for just 2 calls. Right? That's one video, guys. Think about that. That's a job quitting salary for for the majority of people right there. $48,000 a year off of one video. You get that?
Boom.
Yeah, and this actually got a big image too. So it's in Anchorage, which is I think it's 160,000, and it's a big image.
Wow. And so and now the asbestos, is that just like, my question is, does the phone call, does it run into like a pay-per-call like center, and so no matter where the calls come in from the country, it pays out the same amount, or is it payouts differently based on location?
No, so it's a pay per lead company.
Okay.
And as long as it's 5 minutes, doesn't matter. It has to be in English, but that's the only requirement.
So think about that, guys. Again, I want you to see how, open up your mind to this, because I know that a lot of people, question how they can make so much money from video SEO, because we get that question a lot from our students. Say, well, can we really make that kind of money from just doing videos? Because we push a lot of video stuff, especially for newer people in SEO, because of the complexities involved with ranking websites now. Like what Holly just described, guys, at the beginning of this call, how careful you have to be with website stuff. It's so much. There's so much more involved with ranking websites for the long term than there is with just videos. And so for you to be able to show these kind of results, Holly, and talk about these numbers, that's got to be very encouraging to the people on the call, and for that, I'm glad that you're here talking about it. So.
Yeah, and for someone who struggles with making a website like I do, I can tell you WordPress websites, even though they're stupid easy to install, I can't build a website if I... No, I bought courses and everything. I can't build a website. I can build a video and make $4,000 a lead. You know, you close one lead a month, that's most people's monthly payments.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean that's that's a fairly good salary for the average American, $48,000 a year.
Right. And I mean, for even just the whole state of Alaska, the video's #2. I mean, this is not a big image. One of the requirements, it has to be #1 to be the big image.
Right.
But,
right. And so that leads me to, I know there's some secrets you certainly can't give away, but is there besides the age of the channel, or the age and or authority of the channel, is there things that can be done without revealing them? Are there things that can be done to kind of force that big image, or at least try to force it?
Yeah, I teach that in the training. I want to say, like, sometimes it's 50-50. You're not going to get sometimes your exact keywords, but you might get LSI of it. But generally, it's going to hit the big image.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a very impressive. So, I guess let's talk now about the course then, because that's why we're here, is to find out what you're doing and why, and see what is possible, and talk a little bit about what kind of training you have to be able to show people how to do that, kind of get somewhat similar results without having 5,000 to 10,000 embed properties yet.
Yeah. So I. Last year, when we put the first course out in April, I didn't want to do the course, to be honest, because I like working for myself. I didn't want to have to do the support, but I had my arm twisted to put the course out. And I had 1,200 students, and out of the 1,200 students, well over 500 of them have exceeded. And, I've seen examples, and they showed them to me, and obviously I can't show them because they're my students, but it was like a rough, you're going to have questions. Sometimes it's for newbies, and sometimes not. So my new course, I made it into smaller chunks. I made it so that it's easier for people to understand. So that is one of the reasons why we had to put the new course out. Last year, we did it with Hangouts. This year, we're doing it with YouTube Live. There's a huge difference, and we go over that in the new course. We go over how to make your PBNs with Web 2.0 the cheap way, because when I first started off, I couldn't. Oh, you guys can hear me, right? Yeah, okay. So when I first started out this, I didn't have all this money, so I teach you guys how to make the PBNs in the cheapest possible way that still is a high quality. And I think that was the other question. What was the other question you asked me about that, about the new course?
1 second. I think I was muted for a minute. I was asking that, how you could teach new people, whether they're new or not, to actually build or get somewhat similar results, or at least better results, teaching what without having those huge networks yet. I mean, is there a way to get started without having the resources available that you do?
Right. I mean, you can do it with the PBNs. You just need Web 2.0s, which are free.
I'm assuming, Holly, that you build that network over time, right? You kind of reuse the income or reinvest it on your network over time, right?
Yep, you use your Web 2.0 network over time. It's just you're posting continually embeds on it, basically.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not difficult to learn how to do that. To be honest, I have a high school team, kids who are in their 16, 17-year-olds, and I teach them how to do it, and it's like a 15-minute training session. and they, they get it right off the top of the bat. I mean, it's very simple.
Right.
It wasn't simple, but I learned like how to make it simple for everyone.
Right. Right. Yeah, because we also highly encourage outsourcing these kind of things, so you can focus on discovering new niches and new ways
Right.
of making money. So I'm assuming that you also had this kind of outsourcing behind your back. I mean, helping you
Yeah,
out
you
with.
have to have outsourcing because you can't. I mean, I couldn't keep up with all of my niches and all of my new stuff that I want to tackle without being to outsource it. And my high school kids, I pay $5 an hour, and I mean, you can hire any VA for $2.50 an hour. You can do it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
So your high school kids are people that like they're actually working for you, really?
Yep, they work in my basement during the school year, and it's $5 an hour. They work for 4 hours, so it's $20 a day for them, and it's cash, so I don't claim it, and they don't claim it. And it works really good because they speak excellent English. If they have questions, I'm right behind them. If, it's so much easier when they're right there with you.
Yeah.
And I don't have a different time zone to work with.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Because I mean, most of my VAs are in the Philippines, and so their workday starts at like 9 p.m. at night for me, here. So
Yeah.
because I'm on the East Coast in Virginia, and so I either have to set up, if there's something pressing that I need them to do, like that, because my office hours for my VAs for when I'm available for them is between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. on my time, which is the end of their workday. But if something comes up and I need to get it to them, then I have to like deliver the message at 9 p.m. at night, and that's kind of crappy. I mean, don't get me wrong, my team works really well for me and everything else, but I think that would be nice to be able to like, turn around in my chair and talk to my team. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, and
Isn't
it's like they have fresh eyes a lot of times. If I can't figure something out, I turn around and say, why isn't this working for me? And they also know what work they have for the entire next month. My summer work, when I work in the summer, I'm doing my winter niches. So it's, June right now, I'm doing my snow removal niches. I'm doing my Christmas lighting because I have to be 6 months ahead of everybody else is how I work. So they know for the next 2.5 months, this is what they're going to be doing. So
Right.
they have no questions. And, we have some kids that we just do GSA for. And, they get paid the $7.50 because it's a little bit more time consuming. So it depends on what, we have some kids that we do web design and we put them on Odesk and I get jobs for them and they get paid the $12.50 versus me getting paid. So I use them in other different ways too.
Wow. So that's cool. So then you're actually giving work to kids in your community. That's really cool. So
Yeah, and they need it.
So getting back a little bit more about your course again, because I'm sure there's a bunch of people anxious to know more about it. So how is your course laid out? Like, is it webinars? Is it webinar recordings? Is it like over the shoulder videos, or how's it work?
So there's a few over-the-shoulder recordings, which are like 20 minutes max. And then we're going to do a couple different webinars because we're going to have a Q&A session. Probably going to end up having 2 Q&A sessions. I like to do a live recording while I'm doing embeds because people are going to have questions because I don't spin anything. So there's always a big discussion about spinning. And there's always these little things that sometimes I forget to add in. And I have different talking lingo than most people do because I'm kind of like over a lot of people's head because I been doing this for so long. So we have a few different webinars, and that'll be in the members area. It'll be just a click, and then you can register for it.
Okay. Very cool. Well, I guess that gives us an opportunity to go ahead and drop the link, Adam, if you're on, if you can drop the link on the events page, guys.
Sure thing.
And then if you want to pull it up, Holly, I don't know if you want to talk about, is there anything special on the order page or anything like that? And like, what you want to talk about pricing and everything right now?
Do you want to pull it up on your screen, or you want to pull
Sure.
it on my screen?
1 second. Let me find the link. Yeah, I think so. Adam, can you drop that to me, please? Never mind, I got it. Let me just grab the screen.
So, did he say he was going to grab it? Or you want me to grab it?
Yeah, no, I'm grabbing it. I'm sorry. I'm just opening up the window. So you guys, all right, I got it here.
How many SEOs does it take to screen share?
I should have had that open in another window, and I didn't expect to have it. So, go ahead.
There we go.
All right. So, when you purchase the course, you're actually going to also get last year's course too. So that's kind of a free offer. So the webinar 1, 2, and 3 is part of last year's course. And then in the members area, you'll see the new course because a lot of the last year's stuff is the same. So we just kind of combined them. It was going to be easier.
I'm sorry. He says you guys aren't seeing the screen. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Holly. But are you guys not seeing the screen?
Yeah, I can see it. I don't know about the cameraman. If the cameraman can see it.
Oh,
I
because
see
when I'm
it.
talking.
You can see it now.
Yep,
All right. Let me hold on a minute. How about now?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hopefully it'll stay on. I don't know. Here, you just give it to Holly. Here, I'm gonna drop the link in the for you, Holly. If you want to open it up on
Okay.
your screen, I would prefer that. Just
Yeah, I'll
so
do that.
it doesn't keep switching screens on us. There we go.
How many were there, Adam? How many SEOs? We needed to share a screen.
Yeah, more than 5.
5 of
Oh,
them.
okay. Yeah. We need somebody
So
else.
funny.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so the webinar 1, 2, and 3 are already in there, which was last year's course. The new course will be on the bottom, and we all have all the new information. And this is the regular course. I want to say it's almost 100% all video promotions. We do have a upgrade to an OTO, which is ranking websites. And
Okay.
obviously, you can't spam websites, but you can still use the automated programs. So I teach you guys how to use the automated programs. I give you the templates that I use for both spamming and for using the websites. So you get all my templates here also. In the OTO, I also have I think there's 2 places to get new clients. And it's not like someplace that is gonna go stale quickly. There's 150,000 people in these 2 places, and there's always new people coming in. I tell you, I give you the text file of what I say, what I email. So if you're struggling with finding any kind of clients, that's a really good part of the course.
Well, that's good. So it's not just about ranking videos. It's also about how to find people or ways to monetize as well. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and actually, I would like to do another webinar within the course about client getting, because I just installed this program called ACT with Joe, or Analytical Call Tracking, and they have something on there that you can shoot out to clients and have automatic message. And I actually tried it, and I had a couple callbacks on it. So I want to do a webinar on that too. So
you're talking about Joe Troyer's ACT?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I think they do robocalls, right?
Right, and it
Okay.
actually works. I've had it for a year, but I never used it. And then I was like, I'm going to try it. So I did a pre-recording. It shot it off to 19,000 limo companies, and I actually got some calls back. So I was like, oh, this works. Yeah, you can totally use it.
Very cool. So the price that we see on the page, that was for a special for 3 days or something. Is that correct?
Yep, the special pricing is the $297, and then on Friday, probably around midnight, we're gonna put it back up to the $497.
Very cool. So guys, that's $497. I mean, you've seen the results she has. So obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about some bonus that we're going to also throw in on top of that, guys. For anybody that purchases Holly's course tonight, that wants to get those kind of results. I mean, $4,000 for one call from one video, guys, that's insane. All right, I mean that's something that we should all be striving for, right? So, we're going to throw in a bonus to do a bonus webinar on our advanced linking strategies on top of that, and it will be, we'll probably schedule it out for like 3 weeks from tonight, or 3 weeks maybe from Friday or something like that, so that it gives everybody time, everybody that purchased the course from Holly, time to go through it and learn that. And then we'll probably, like I said, we'll end up doing a special webinar with Semantic Mastery and you guys that purchase on advanced linking strategies and some of the other stuff that we do as well. And I think that's kind of like value added. So that's the bonus we're going to give tonight, and that'll be valid for as long as the offer's open. Okay. Well, with that, should we take some questions, Adam? Do we have some questions on the events page?
Yeah, there are a
Oh,
bunch.
yeah, we got a few.
Yeah, lots of questions.
All right. Well, look, Adam, I'm going to mute my mic since we're having some echo issues, and
Sure.
I'm going to let you handle the questions.
All right, so we're going to try to keep this relatively short. Everybody's listening, so I mean we may not get through them all, but we'll get going here. So we'll start at the bottom and be fair, and go from there. So the first one's from Greg, and this is actually a good question. I was curious if you have any input on this, Holly, but he's asking, can a video show on the first page of Google for any keyword, or is there a method to know what keywords will show?
Yeah, the whole rumor that you have to have a video on the first page to push one in there is a total rumor. That's not true. I've had plenty of videos that don't have, in Google, nothing on the SERPs on the first, second, third page. If there's a spot in there, normally what I like to see is something like pin, Twitter, Facebook, a social type property. If there's a social type property, then I'm going to be able to push it in there.
Cool. All right. Let's see. Jorge, I think, is asking where do you get, how do you get your accounts to last that long, and then where do you get or buy them? But I mean, if you look around, you can find them. So I'll just say that. But I guess if you have anything for longevity,
I give you my resource guy who I buy my PVAs from. I think they're 50 PVAs for $75, something like that. It's a pretty good price.
Yeah. Good deal. Let's see, just scrolling up here. And yeah, if you've got a link or anything for that you'd want to share, that feel free. If not, that's fine. Like I said, if you Jorge, if you go out, you can find these. It's not difficult at all. Brian was asking, what's the cost of the tools you use to rank? That's pretty easy. We mentioned several of the tools like GSA, FCS. You can go out and price that out, and factor in things like getting accounts.
Yeah.
Greg has another good question. I would love to see the conversion rate difference between standard size videos and the big one. Me too. Maybe we'll have to try doing that. Let's see. All right, here's a good one. Do you log in from the same IP for all of your different accounts, or how do you go about doing that?
I do, and people think that I'm straight up crazy, but I have, I make sure I have a clean IP. Obviously, if you have a dirty IP with Google, it's not going to work. So, I have a lot of different servers, but I log into all of them on my home IP, and I've never, ever lost one. In fact, if I logged in with proxies, I would lose it more than if I didn't use a regular IP.
Or it would trigger a re-verification.
Right.
And that's exactly what I tell. We get those. God, we get so many questions about proxies. Holly, you would have no idea. I mean, it's like just this recurring question that comes up over and over and over and over. And we set up the accounts. Most of the accounts, like we set up, because we sell the networks that we build networks and stuff for our students. And so most of our VAs that do that are in the Philippines. So we use U.S. proxies to set them up. But when we deliver the networks, we tell them immediately, go log in. And I just do it from my own IP. And that's it. I mean, it's just to set the accounts up from being overseas, and then once we get them back, I log in through my own IPs. I don't even bother anymore, and it works. Yep. It works just fine.
Yep. When I get my YouTube accounts delivered, I won't order more than 250 at a shot, because I log into all 250 within 24 hours. I set up a fake stream. I log out. I log into the other one. I've never lost a count.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're there to reinforce that for us. All right, Adam, keep moving.
Cool. Let's see. Adam Patel was asking about how much metric or juice does a channel have before you can go to town on the videos, but I'm going to guess I know what the answer is, but I'll let you say.
That's kind of, I like to see a page authority of a 30 at least before I hit it hard. And, I've had I've had page authority in channels of almost 90, and they're super strong. So I mean, the more links you're building to it, the more you're using it, the more authority you're showing to it. So if you're just linking it up through, it's going to be pretty powerful.
Good deal. Let's see. Greg is saying here, would it not be better to have it not say the city for the national listing and have an 800 number? I would think you would get a higher conversion rate. My guess here was I wasn't checking out all the videos you had, but I would think some of these you just made for a city, but then they ended up ranking for states and things like that.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go in and edit it because then I'm a little paranoid about if I edit the title, then something will happen, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Take the good and go with it.
It ain't broke it.
Yeah. Let's see. Brian was asking how many embeds are you doing? We went over that. I think you're saying 5 to 10K.
Yep.
And then let's see what we got here. We got Roman says she's literally pulling out the sledgehammer and smashing the video. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, I have a question for you. We'll keep rolling. I have a quick question. When you talked about the page authority of the channel versus the page authority of the individual videos, so are you building links to your channel too, like the different channel pages, the about, the videos, playlist pages, and all of that?
Just like the normal channel URL, I don't know how to make a playlist, which is so funny, but I never used it, so I don't really pay attention to it. Okay. So it's the YouTube video, the embed. There's a special link that you build for the large image, and so there's 4 links that I build links to.
Okay. So you are building links to the channel too, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, so Rick was asking what other courses are there besides the webinars. I'm not sure if he's referring to your course in particular. Rick, if you have something else you want to add, feel free.
I think I will assume that he's referring to other material inside the course.
Gotcha.
Like, what do they access besides the webinar?
So you get the training sessions, which are over the shoulder. You get the webinars. On the regular course, you get, I'm going to bring it up because I don't remember what I wrote on there. Just one second. And I didn't write it on there either, did I? I didn't. Wait, did I?
Are there some kind of templates?
Oh, okay. So you get a template for GSA for ranking, and that, you know, if I have any filters or anything, you would see that. There's a keyword list for GSA. It has, I'm not kidding you, it's 45 gigs. It's a billion Russian, 600 million English, and then there's 25 other different languages. It's for scraping, basically. And then I teach you how to scrape with Scrapebox and GScraper.
Nice.
So basically, for those that are using GSA or that aren't familiar with GSA, a template is basically something that you import, and it's like the entire campaign laid out. You know, with the filters, with everything that the platforms, everything that you are using.
Yep, you just import it into GSA and then change out your URL keywords, and you hit start.
Right.
Yeah, the keyword list alone, and I used to sell my keyword list for $550 just for my keyword list, so you guys are actually getting it with this, which is a really good deal.
Wow.
Hey, somebody had an interesting question, and it's live stream versus uploads. Do you live stream everything?
Yep, you have to live stream everything. We've done split testing for a live stream versus a upload, and if you think about it, the live stream is going to give more power to it because Google is that's YouTube's baby, basically. It's their baby, so they're going to give more power to live streams versus a regular uploaded video. And we've done extensive testing because that's why I originally got my high school kids, is because I was getting annoyed by having to stream each video through it. You know, I mean, like doing 1,000 videos a day can get excessive with just one person. So that's why.
And are you doing? I'm sorry. Did you answer this already? Are you using Wirecast for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you use
Well,
any other sort of automated tools for streaming, or is it all strictly manually through Wirecast?
You have to do it manually.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, let's see here. So, how could I pass this one up? Keith was asking, how do you get the big image in the listings?
Well, you have to buy the training because that's where I teach
right.
it.
Now you know the boy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. So there were a couple more. Sorry, I'm kind of moving up here. We got some conversations going on here in the event page. Um,
Oh yeah, a lot of fuss over there. A lot of.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a fuss. Just to be
Yeah.
clear, I'm assuming that the price on the sales page at the very bottom was from the original launch price.
Yeah. I didn't want. Apparently, I didn't change it, and it's
Okay.
not my sales page, so I can't go in and change it.
Got it. So guys, just keep that in mind. I know everybody's whining a little bit and saying they wanted it at 197, but the price is 297. And trust me, guys, if you can rank a video and get $4,000 from one call, do you think you could come off of $297 to learn how to do that? I mean, let's
Yeah.
be serious.
Or you can get a, I don't know, 5, 10 little clients for 250, as Holly mentioned at the beginning, which are like crazy easy to rank. You know, that would make up for the course like tenfold.
Yeah, there's so many ways to make the money back. It's ridiculous. Like when I first was dinking around with the YouTube live videos, there are some people who maybe know the story, but I don't think you guys have heard this. I just picked out an affiliate product. You know, I happen to know the guy. I made 160 hangout videos was, and within maybe 24 hours, I was #1 for, I mean, like, all over the SERPs. On YouTube, I own the first 10 pages. On the SERPs, actually, I earned probably 25 pages of just my YouTube videos, and the guy ended up buying the channel for $30,000 because I was like, I'm giving your business to you, like you never have to have an affiliate again. So, I mean, if you can think outside of the box, you can, I mean, the 297 is, you can make it back with your
And how long did it take you from start until you sold it and collected 30 grand for that channel? How much time had passed?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days,
4 days.
not bad, huh?
I offered it to him for $15,000. He got assy with me and called me a few names, and I'm like, well, I'm going to redirect the traffic now, so screw you. Call me back in 24 hours, and I was like, well, now it's 30,000, dude, because you short me. So
30
Yeah.
There you
grand.
go. There you go.
4 days, guys. 4 days, you said 30 grand. That's insane. Well, bravo. Bravo.
Nice payday. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, there's so many. I give you the places to go where I get the 250 clients. So I mean, you're competing against me because I use this on a daily basis, and there's so many new people coming in. Where I send you, these people are already spending $1,750, 1,750 already for advertisement. What they have not paid for is the SEO work. So you already have the advertisement. You already know they have an open wallet, and I'm just sending. You know, I'm just calling them. I'm emailing them, and I mean, we can close a 10 on a daily basis at 250. It's not hard. And I'm not good with sales either, so it's really easy.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
you tie
Adam,
this
is there
stuff
any other
together.
questions?
Yeah, we got some odds and ends, but was just going to say, too, you tie something like this together with some of the stuff we've talked about, like video, sales letters, things like that. I mean, you can get a real machine going, and you don't have to do anything like, cold calls or anything like that, especially if you don't like talking to people.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we've trained recently in the last few weeks about setting up prospecting funnels and stuff, and I don't know that that's something that Holly does, but you can take the methods that you learned from Holly's course and apply it to some of the prospecting funnels that you can set up, like learning from us, and drive cold traffic through the funnel that ends up warm on the other side, ready to purchase. Like they're literally ready to spend money with you at that point. And when you have results to show them throughout the funnel process, like what Holly's got, if you can even get a fraction of the kind of results she gets, then it's a no-brainer. People are going to be like saying, okay, where do we send you the money? You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. I think this is fantastic, Holly. You are truly a ninja. So, Adam, if we have any other questions, let's wrap it up, man, because we wanted to keep everything down to 60 minutes and to respect everybody's time.
Sure, sure. Well, Rick was asking how much is the OTO, which
The OTO is 197. I'm trying to go in there and change that the pricing on the bottom, but it's not my sales page, so my computer's like being weird now, so I can't even do it.
Okay, so have in mind that the prices will increase over Friday, was it?
Yep,
Friday?
on Friday at midnight.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We're just at about an hour on the dot.
Yeah. So guys, like I said, get in. We got 3 days to make up your mind. Think long and hard about it. Decide on what it is you want to do with your business, where you want to go with it. Like Holly said, and like we've been teaching guys since a lot of you, those of you that are in the mastermind, you already know that we talk about website ranking and a lot of ninja tricks and things that we do with that, silo architecture, all that. It's very complex though, and if you're not ready for that level, and to be honest with you, it's a bit of a headache dealing at that level. But when you're working with YouTube videos, and from Holly's a great example of this, how kind of results she can get without having to know all of that. She's really good at linking and running all these tools and everything else. But you pick your battles, and so I think it's a great entry point for people. And I mean, you can rank a full. Look at she's crushing it, and I'm honored to be able to have hosted a webinar with you, Holly, because it's really truly inspiring. So.
Well, it's fun, and once you get a taste of how easy it is, you're just like, oh my god, I can. There's so many different niches and so many different areas,
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, thanks so much.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks. Just to recap, one more thing is remember, anybody that purchases through us, just contact us, let us know that you purchased. We'll confirm it, and then we're gonna set up another strategy webinar. Where we'll talk about advanced linking, we'll talk more about prospecting funnels and stuff if that's what you guys want. It'll be probably a 90-minute to a 2-hour webinar or something like that with you guys that purchase is kind of like just a bonus. So take advantage of it while you can. And thanks everybody for being here. Thanks Holly once again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right guys.
Thanks everybody.
Have a good
Bye.
one.